I should be live. I don't know. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Beautiful. I hear Gordy in there. Give me a second here. I am going live, I think. Up on D-Star now and on 14 Charlie. So if you want to talk to me on 14 Charlie, you can do that. If you want to talk to me on DMR, you can do that too. I am on Talk Group, Brandmeister Talk Group 31068, which is the NorCal Talk Group. And I'm sitting here watching something, and I don't know if that's live. Okay, anyway, this is all brand new, my friends, and I want to cancel out of that. I'm trying to get to my own feed. Okay, that's good to know, because I have like no feedback here as to whether or not the live feed is working. Thanks, Raj. K6UDA on Brandmeister DMR. Okay, guys, so here is the deal.
USL. USL, it sounds good, Bob.
Beautiful. Thanks, Raj. Okay, guys, here's the thing. I may or may not answer you on the radio because I want to kind of focus on the video part. You guys can ask questions on the radio. We'll kind of do it like a net, but I want to keep it civil, number one. And here's what I want to work on, or what I want to talk about is DMR versus D-Star. We've got them both up, and the big question is VHS, Betamax. I don't know, or as somebody else said, Apple versus Android. So let's start out. Hey, what is that, Lawrence? I'm gonna put my cheaters on, because you know what? We're live now. I don't have to worry about all the show business shit. Okay, Lawrence and Tony Cantrell. Yeah, buddy, you're in there. Nice. Nice. Okay, hey, there's 56 of us in here now, so I think we could probably go ahead and start the show. I am on my phone right now, and Greg, how you doing? I don't know all these people. No, I know some of these people. Android is bad. High five, dude. 7155. Yes, those are my peeps, the 7155 crowd. Anyway, guys, here we go. My impression. I'm going to give you my impression first of DMR and D-Star. I have been a long time user of D-Star, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it a lot. But a lot of you guys were talking, oh, you got to get into DMR. It sounds better. It's much better. Blah, blah, blah. So, hey, Bob, DMR is the new. You know what? FM is the new. Everything is the new at one time or another. And to me, what really matters is talking to guys and the interaction that you get with it. Not so much the technology. It's the ability to communicate and the ability to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. I personally, I prefer D-Star over DMR. And I'm going to tell you why. D-Star, number one, I think I have been listening to both. Give me just a second. KK7RM, K6UDA, go ahead on DMR.
Yeah, your live feed up on YouTube is frozen, but I'm looking at it on this end over.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, I'm going to just keep going, and at some point it may play back on the live or on the feed. Anything. I'm getting guys that are saying it all looks good here. So thank you guys. Thanks for letting me know. K6UDA. Okay, so back to it. Back to my personal opinion. I start with the radio. This is a ham radio. This is a commercial radio. If this had the ability to dial up a VFO and, you know, just plug in whatever frequency I wanted to plug in at any time from the keyboard very easily in VFO mode, I would say, yeah, it's a ham radio. But this is designed. These things are designed from the get-go for public safety and for businesses. And they're designed to be cop-proof. And what I mean is, we sit in the car and we play with crap, and we screw stuff up. We screw up scanners. We screw up all kinds of stuff in a car, and these things are built so you just can't easily get into them from the radio and adjust things and change channels and do stuff. They're made to be locked in, so you're in a closed system. Let's see. If you can't tune a frequency on the fly at the moment you need, you're all out of luck. Yes, that's exactly it. If you can't tune the frequency you want at the moment you want to do it, you know what? You're way behind the power curve. Now, if you've got an infrastructure, this has a great use. If you've got an infrastructure already built, everything's already programmed, and everybody's using these things in that closed system, I say great. It's great technology. It's fun. I hear there's one out there that is now pretty much like a real ham radio. I'm waiting to get a hold of one. This, on the other hand, does everything. It does everything any ham radio you would want. VFO, memory mode, wideband receive, does analog, does APRS. It ain't cheap, but the price is going way, way down on these things. You can get them a lot cheaper, and when you get into the ID51As, they're getting real cheap. They're getting dirt cheap now. I want to try to read some of these comments here. Would you put it on your RV? Yes, I do. I actually have the ID5100 in my RV, and I use that. I use the hell out of that thing. Let's see, Lawrence, D74 radio is in. Just bought the D74 from G LinkedIn. Nice. Oh, and I could go back over these things and look. YouTube hose line 3168. Yeah, there you go. Yes, and this, you can do satellite work on this. You will never do satellite work on a DMR radio. So really, that's mine in a nutshell. This is still good. I enjoy DMR. I like doing DMR. I enjoy having it on. I have, and I'm going to just pick up my camera here. I have 2 open spots running right now, and I'm not hearing any traffic. I've got the 5100 up on one side, and I've got all the DMR radios and everything up there. So, who wants to take it? Let's take a DMR call first. Somebody go ahead. All right, K6UDA, who wants to come up on DMR and give me an opinion, give me whatever.
K6UDA, hey, K7RM, it's Rob. Hey, bud, you're breaking up on DMR, bud.
Okay, well, man, nothing seems to be working right. And good to hear you, Rob. Anyway, do you got an opinion about what do you like better? What do you like better about each one?
JJ6 WDY on roundtable.
Okay, WDY, go ahead. Okay, WDY, go ahead. Okay, sometimes my DMR radio has some kind of an issue where I gotta... HWM, K6UDA, go ahead. Do you have an opinion?
Good evening, Bob. I'm watching you live, and you're not transmitting. Just give you an FYI, but enjoy your show there, Bob.
Well, thank you. Somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm transmitting now on DMR. Okay, how about now?
RH2 Purple, Sacramento.
Okay, over on D-Star, reflector 14 Charlie now. K6UDA, last station, go ahead. I know I'm going out there because I'm listening to myself on another radio. Ah, there we go. Roger, how you doing? Go ahead.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, you're sounding good here on D-Star. You had just a little bit of packet loss on DMR, but for the most time I got you. What I like about, I like D-Star, I like DMR, I like Fusion, but what I like about DMR, you can buy a radio for $100. You can't do it with Fusion and D-Star. You have to put a code plug in them, you have to program them, you have to put 380 tools in them. I know you have to do this and that to make them work right, but hey, they're cheap.
True that, brother. Yeah, you know, that's one thing about these that I really do like. Okay, stand by just one, and I'll get right back to you. K6UDA. Yeah, Roger, I totally agree. And that's what I really like about the DMR radios is, I mean, for downwards to $50, I'm going to turn that one down so I'm not reflecting, or so I'm not getting my echo. Downwards to, you know, 50, 75 bucks, upwards to 200, you could get into a radio. It does take a little bit of work. You get on DMR Mark or Brandmeister, and you can communicate. That's what I love about D-Star and DMR both, and Fusion, is every single one of us with a license can get on this thing and talk.
K6UDA, K2 on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey Bob, just watching your live stream here. It's very interesting, and I love watching all your videos. And I'm using D74 and D-Star. I prefer that, but I played around with DMR a little bit. There's just not that much activity in my area. But D-Star is definitely my favorite, and I just got a D'd up a few days ago, and I'm playing around with it and changed the reflectors.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's, you know, to me, D-Star is more intuitive. It's easier to maneuver. It takes a lot less setup than DMR, and you're not locked in like you are on DMR. It's, you know, very, very easy to go from, excuse me, a memory mode to a VFO mode and operate like that. So you can go into any situation and operate in just a matter of you know, seconds or minutes if you don't really know the radio well. On the other hand, and I'm going to break this one here, I'm going to break transmission here, K6UDA. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick it up here on DMR, K6UDA. When you're doing a DMR radio, it does take a little bit of setup. You're pretty much locked in. Now, the things that I really, really do like about DMR over... Yep, hang on for a quick second. OVH, standby, I'm on DMR and on YouTube Live. Okay, coming back, K6UDA. The thing that I really enjoy about DMR is the fact that I can listen to multiple talk groups or monitor multiple talk groups at one time. That's something really you can't do with the D-Star radio unless you have two D-Star radios and you're scanning back and forth, you know, between different reflectors on different repeaters. But there are certain things. The one thing that really bugs me, and I'm going to break here, K6UDA. Okay, guys, the one thing that absolutely drives me up the wall about DMR is the fact that you only get a little subscriber number when somebody else is talking, unless you've downloaded 380 tools or you've got their call sign plugged into your radio, which if you're going to download the entire subscriber base is thousands. And hi to all the new guys that are coming in. It's, you know, you need thousands of memories here. D-Star, on the other hand, and it doesn't matter if you're on a Kenwood radio or an ICOM radio at this moment, D-Star is much more intuitive. The call sign and the name and a user message comes up at, you know, when the guy keys up, and you see who's keying up, and you can, you know, you could call that back and log it, do everything you want to do without using memory. Now I know that the DMR system is putting that out because when I'm running my open spot and I've got the screen up on my computer, I can actually see the call signs and everything coming in over there. But I wish I wish the open spot guys would figure out a way to port that from the open spot to the radio. Now that would make it really very cool. I wouldn't have to put in a ton of stuff. I don't want to have to jailbreak these things. And there's a new radio out every week. Every single week there's a new radio coming out. And, you know, and they can't keep up with the tools for them. So, I'm going to scroll back here so I could see a couple of the comments. I'm going to put my glasses on. And let's see, RP Regiuliani. What I've done with D-Star after learning it is put up a hotspot to serve a void in D-Star coverage. In my area, it covers 20 miles, and any D-Star user can relink it. That is awesome, dude. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. Here in my land, in my 6 land, we have a couple of D-Star repeaters that we can hit. There are no DMR repeaters anywhere near me. Not within 100 miles. So very, very little DMR use. It's mostly D-Star. There's some fusion going on. One of my friends, K6UDA, who we did a show about last year, he's put up 3 fusion repeaters up on his site. So you know, if you got a fusion machine, go check him out. Okay, let's see, I'm going to take a couple more comments on here. Hi from Rick N1HID. How you doing, brother? And let's see, I'd rather have a Bowfang than somehow much it sucks. What? I'd rather have a Bowfang than some that's how much I think it sucks. Okay, well, whatever. Cheers from the Bay Area, Patrick Luke, and my brother, Carl, N6CKV. How you doing there? How hard is it to set up a DMR repeater versus a D-Star repeater? I haven't set either one up. So, dude, I don't know yet, but I think in our club, we're going to find out fairly soon. And I do know that that ICOM has the actual D-Star repeaters. They are blowing them out right now at cost because they're back to building the infrastructure again. Let's see. Need more RV setup? What's good? What's a good D-Star to start with? Okay, good D-Star radio to start with is anything you can get your hands on, used and cheap. And they're out there. I have sold a couple of my old D-Star radios, and I've sold some for very, very cheap. I still have a couple of older D-Star radios. I can't recommend this new Kenwood enough. I mean, this literally, for holding it in your hand, this thing is awesome. It does everything you'd want a handheld to do, except for DMR. Okay, I'm going to take a comment or a question on the DMR side now. So, somebody who wants to chime in on DMR, go ahead, key up, ask your question. I'm going to answer it on YouTube Live. Or not. Nobody wants to talk. Are we hooked up here? K6UDA looking for questions from the DMR side. Anybody got questions or comments? Okay, nothing from the DMR side. K6UDA on the D-Star side. Any questions or comments, and I'm going to answer them on YouTube Live. And nobody here on D-Star either? Oh, God. Am I by myself again? I find myself by myself. Ah, there's somebody. Yeah, go ahead with the D-Star comment.
There's getting to be several of the X reflectors that are cross-banding to several bands and doing D-Star fusion and DMR all together. So the advantage of having D-Star allows you to get on the X reflectors because there's getting to be some joint ones. So there's another spot where you can get together with D-Star that you can't with the others.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, K6UDA. I don't know if you can hear me on YouTube Live. I kind of want to start answering things without keying up the radio. Are you copying me on live there?
Yes, I am. The live is actually a little bit behind the radio, but that's okay. I'm turning my screen back on, so I'll listen to you on live.
Okay, beautiful. I'll answer that on live. Well, actually, I do need to ask you a question because I've got very, very little experience on the X reflectors. That was just something I hadn't really dove into. I tried it a couple of times, but the radios are not intuitively set up to go to X reflectors. And I'm wondering, what do the X reflectors bring that the regular reflector set doesn't bring on D-Star? Okay. You probably just...
Well, from my experience, what you're getting on them is cross-banding.
Okay.
And yeah, I had to switch back to the radio, and so there was a bit of a delay because I was listening on live. There's cross-banding that's going on, and so you can get all of them there. And what I usually do is on the your call side, I put in a link command to an X reflector, and it works just fine going direct to the radio. Or if I'm using my Shark open spot, I can just do it directly with my computer.
I agree.
So it's not that hard at all to do to go to the X reflector sites. And I will get a couple up here on screen and put them in the comments for you. WA7VFQ.
Outstanding. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, and I just got another comment here on YouTube. I'm going to read it from RP Giuliani. Let's see. Whoa. Hang on. Hang on here. Many take the cost of the equipment into consideration rather than researching what you get for the price. Price is not the only consideration. Yes, guys, remember, you get what you pay for. If you pay $30 for a Bofang, you have a $30 Bofang, and don't expect it to perform like a $500 radio or a $300 radio. Likewise, you know, these things are coming out, and here's the, here's my 2017. Here's this 380, and I've got a GD55 sitting back there. I mean, honestly, this one so far is my favorite to use. It's a little bit more intuitive. I can do a little bit more on the radio than I can with the 2017. But still, I am locked in. And one of the other things that really bugs me, and this is not an open spot issue because I've talked to the open spot guys, this is on the server issue. If guys are jabberjawing on DMR, I can't break out. I can't go somewhere else. I can't do anything. None of the controls on this thing except the volume control and the on-off switch do anything. I can't move to another channel. I can't disconnect the channel because it's all hooked up to the network, and the network says, nope, you will not move until this QSO's done, and there's a space in between. So keep that in mind. Let's see. IC 5100, 7100 are easy D-Star setup. Yes, they are. The new D-Star radios, they come pre-programmed with everything in there, including the ability to go out with GPS and find D-Star and analog repeaters. Now, I know that some of the DMR radios, you can enable that if your radio's enabled for D-Star. The 7100, yes, it does do, well, the 7100 does not suck on HF. And who was that? We're going to have a little talk here. I got to put my glasses on here. I got to figure out who you are. Ham Radio Rick. Okay, Ham Radio Rick. The 7100 does not suck on HF. I have used this radio. I've had this radio for about 5 years. And it is a great radio on HF. And it does D-Star over HF, which means there are no repeaters, there are no reflectors, there are nothing. You get the D-Star sound and quality just as if you were talking on a reflector, talking on an analog, or talking over a repeater, but you're doing it. I've done it coast to coast. I talked to Georgia, I talked to Florida, Texas. I have talked to the Marshall Islands on a 7100 on D-Star. So,
Carolyn Joey, K6UDA, NorCal.
Okay, that was somebody who was, I guess, trying to get a hold of somebody else on NorCal. Anyway, let's see. My face on the web, something about my face. Guys, I had to use my phone for this, so I have to scroll back through here. Let's see. No fact on the web. I love the 7300. I do too. I love that 7300. And when I was at Pacificon about a month back, I asked Ray Novak, I said, why didn't you put a D-Star chip in that 7300? I mean, I'll tell you what, I would have basically sold the boat to have something like that. That is a cool little radio. Fun, easy to use, but no D-Star. And today we're talking about D-Star and DMR. So anyway, okay, I'm going to take a couple of questions here. You can either do it on the radio or you can do it on YouTube Live. And let's see. You going on air live? Yes, I am. Fire Guy, I am live. Looks like the new Icon VH. Like the look of the new ICOM VHF UHF. Which I don't know which one. Are you talking about the 40? What is it? The 4100? Is that the 4100 you're talking about? Yes. Very cool. They built the 4100, which is the newest one, on the old 880 chassis. And I had an old 880H in the car for a couple of years. That thing was a pain in the ass to use. It just frankly, complete pain in the ass. But they built the 4100, which operates now like a new third generation D-Star radio, which is so much easier to use. And I know there's a lot of guys out there that have sworn off D-Star because they said, I'm done with it. It's a pain in the ass, doesn't work right, doesn't sound good. Yeah, well, you were using you know, like an ID92AD, which I still have, and they sound like crap. They just do. The 880H, it sounds muddy. It was a first and second generation D-Star radio, and they have really come along. I do not notice a difference in the sound quality between the two of these radios. DMR has a fantastic sound quality for a for a digital radio. The Kenwood is, in my opinion, every bit as good as a DMR radio. So the technology is really coming along, and I don't care that the DMR technology is newer technology than the D-Star codec, because frankly with that, if that is your entire premise, if that's your entire premise that this is newer, this is older, therefore this is better, well, then we should all get off of FM. We should all get off of HF, because that's old technology. I mean, that's been around for 100 years. Okay, let's see. My biggest issue, Bob, is getting the Kenwood D74 set up correctly with the D-Star settings. Not easy on my end. Rob, I will call you. Rob and I are personal friends, different states. We go camping together and do the four-wheel thing. And Rob, I hope you're going to Quartzsite, because I'm going to Quartzsite this year, my friend.
K6FAM, K6CZS.
Oh, somebody else calling for somebody else. Let's see. Since you were at the show, I missed the first part of that ham radio, Rick. And Bob, when are you going to clean up that shack? My wife has been asking me that for 2 years. I will do it one day. But I've got so much shit here, I don't know what to do with it. And it's all worth stuff. It's all worth millions of dollars. So I can't do it. And I'm not ready to trade in my Bitcoin yet. Let's see. AK7RM. Hope to go. New Hampshire. Yuma. Going to win some shit. You rock. Thank you. Hold that Bitcoin. I know. Dude, that Bitcoin is going through the roof right now. Let's see. Greg, do you want a handheld or a mobile? Oh, okay. That was Carl asking somebody else. Okay, do you want a handheld or a mobile? I don't know. It depends upon, if you're going to be mainly in a car or in a shack, get a mobile because you've got more power. If you are going out and you want to clip the thing on your belt and you want to have it with you and you got a repeater near you, and I don't care if you've got DMR, I don't care if you've got D-Star or a regular analog radio, you either have to be in close proximity to whoever you're talking to, or you've got to have a repeater near you. You can move out a little bit further with a mobile rig. Okay, and now I have a D-Star contact here. BFG, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching you live on YouTube. I was just going to say, the only thing I don't like about the 7100, I wish they'd put a colored screen on it. I've worked back 3 years ago, I worked at Sydney, Australia on 10 majors. But I love the 7100. If it had a colored screen, it would be perfect. Yeah, you know what? You are 100%. You are 100% right. That is, if it had a color screen, Roger, I would be so in love with the 7100. I would have never bought a 7300. But yeah, that monochrome screen,
that ICOM is famous for leaves a little bit to be desired. I just got to admit that. I call it as I see it. I'm not, you know, I'm not such a fanboy. I like ICOM. I've got a lot of ICOM radios. I'm an Elecraft. I'm kind of an Elecraft fanboy, but they don't make a D-Star radio, so I ain't talking about that tonight. Let's see. I didn't know. There might be somebody on DMR that wants to ask a question. K6UDA. Is there anybody on the DMR side that wants to chime in on the live feed? I don't know. Did I even go out on DMR? K6UDA. Anybody out there want to chime in on the live feed? Okay, I guess not. And if you do, just come in and start asking your question. And I'll pick up the radio. I'll stop talking and pick up the radio. Anyway, a couple more things. We're already at 41 minutes. This is crazy. This has just flown by. I got to ask you guys, do you... Oh, somebody keyed up. Come on. Come on.
K1JOE, K6CZS, NorCal.
Guys just want to talk to each other. They don't care. Next time, we're going to do it on the DMR of Anarchy. Okay. Let's see. On 14 Charlie. Yes, 14 Charlie. You can get on D-Star. 14 Charlie. Or you can get on the Brandmeister NorCal Talk Group 31068 on Brandmeister. All right, that's the last traffic. Go ahead.
This is KR1JOE. Okay. Leaving early because I got to try.
Gordy, do you have a comment?
I have a question on your live. How do you type in the chat room?
I'm not even not sure if
there should be a little box off to the side somewhere. I don't know. I've got it up on my phone, and I'm just getting these little floaty things through the screen. It's very distracting.
Okay, I'll listen on DMR.
Yes.
The chat room, but I try to type on it. He wants to charge me money.
Oh, that's Super Chat. You guys are all welcome to hit that Super Chat thing. And I'll give you a shout out if you do.
I'm not sure I need to learn anything about that, but we'll see.
Okay, I'm going to scroll back through the comments here. And let me go back here. Which has louder audio, Kenwood or ICOM HT? All right, D. Damos. I don't turn them up that loud. I don't go for which is loudest. I go for which is the best fidelity. And I had to turn down. Okay, so there's a QSO going on NorCal, so we're kind of screwed out of that one now. I am into fidelity, and I turn it up to where it's comfortable. Let's see. Do you guys? I'm just wondering. Do you guys like this format? You know, I mean, or is this just way too freaking confusing for you? I don't know. Let's see. Tablet, yes. Yes. Okay, good. I got a couple of yeses. More yeses. Love the format. Beautiful. That's awesome, guys. I like it. Yep. Yes. Format is great. Okay. Busy but fun. Let's see. Better than a 40-meter net. Well, it's different. And I don't have to listen to static. I like this format. Two reflectors, having two reflectors might be too much trouble. You know, I don't know if it's too much trouble. You just got to find the right reflectors that you're not going to have a bunch of other traffic on. And frankly, I have been having, the last week or so, I've been having issues with DMR where it takes multiple clicks sometimes to get the thing to actually key up, and I could watch it right on the screen, on the open spot screen. It does nothing. I key up, the open spot is showing that I'm transmitting. The radio is showing that I'm transmitting. The radio gets a return, but there's nothing going out on the other end. And if I click the PTT a couple of times, then it'll click in. So anyway, awesome. FYI, your DMR audio is getting through well on transmit. Thank you. That's good to know. Just need pipe audio from radio. Your YouTube channel is awesome. Great, guys. And yeah, you know what? Somebody was asking if I'm still taking donations. Yes. I want to buy, the next thing I want to buy is, it's called Wirecast, and it's software, and they charge $800 for it. But with the $800 software, I can set up the studio cameras, and I can do this, I mean, like you were, it would be, well, just as if I was sitting here at my, sitting there at my desk, like normal, and I would be able to do that with a big studio camera. So yeah, I'm taking donations, and everything that I make from this thing goes right back into the business. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to take one or two more questions or comments, and let's see. D-Star 14 Charlie. DMR is tied up right now, so dance for donations. Is that good enough for you? Is that worth 20 bucks? Is that worth 20 bucks to you? All right. All right, guys. Just a couple more questions. I kind of wanted this to be more of a question and answer kind of a thing, or comments. I wanted to get that feedback. Don, 10 bucks super chat. When Danielle and Renee and Wendy making another appearance? As soon as I can get them. Danielle is very busy at her real job. She is now an executive with a large beer company. You know, and they all got kids. They all got stuff to do. So, you know what? Whenever I can get them. Anyway, guys, I have had a good time doing this. I really did. I am actually, I want to not change the format of the show, but I want to up my game. I really want to up the game. And so I have decided I'm going to do quality versus quantity. You know, for the first year, I made it my job to put a show out every single week. And now I want to up the game a little bit. I want to up the cinematography. I want to up the story. And I want to give you guys more bang for the buck. So look for not so much quantity, but I'll try to do some of these, and we'll pick different topics, and we'll get on here and we'll all talk about it. So anyway, guys, I am going to I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, because we're at 50 minutes now. It's a long video to watch on the replay. Let's see, Brent from NorCal, good job, thank you, it was fun. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Thanks for being part of the crew. I'm out of here. I'm Bob, K6UDA. 7-3, guys. And now I got to figure out how to turn it off.